Hello gamers, I'm Derek Evanson from Fargo Board Gamers and I'm trying something new out. I found a bunch of webcams, I tried a whole bunch of different software. I've discovered that my phone is absolutely useless for this functionality. Uh, as you can see, I got a bunch of games behind me, but I sadly have not been able to play them and I've not been as active in my local community as I would like to. So I suggest you guys all to go on your local meetup.com, your Facebook groups, your local game shop's website, participate, mingle. One thing about board gaming that's really important is community, and I think that's one of the things it thrives in. So share some photos, some punch outs. Guess what they are? What game? Make some recommendations. Ask some questions. What are good solo games? What are games that I can risk playing with my family in quarantine? Not Munchkin, not Monopoly. Uh-uh, uh-uh. You have to live with them in quarantine afterwards. Uh, my suggestion would be Colt Express. I found out my local game shop has 2 copies, so I will be teaching you guys on video. Next weekend, I will be using some simulating software online to also play with my local gamers. Hopefully that entices them to then call up the shop and get a curbside pickup. Um, Support your local businesses, game shops, food, even clothing stores, if that's something that you have in your area. Um, my suggestion for games right now would be one is Colt Express. It's easy for family members and non-gamers to get into. It has this lovely pop-up gimmick, so if you build it, they'll probably come. You can tell Alexa to play some Western music in the background, get some A&W root beers, and you got yourself a fun game night going on. I can't drink that, that's carbs. I'm on a diet. This game does not come with this lovely train. You have to punch them all out and assemble it once. The box does have really nice component slots, so you can store them in there. When I refer to thematic, it also comes with little pop-up cactus rocks and canyons that you can put on your table. If you go to the publisher's website, you can even get yourself a playmat that is, Colt Express branded. Couple things, you play Colt Express, you can play Bang the Dice game next, you can play Dice Town after this, you can just do Western after Western after Western, Great Western Trails. Let's see, what else do I got on my shelf? Pioneer Days by TMG. Let's try that out. This is a programmatic game, so it does kind of teach some really cool skills. So everyone is going to take all their actions, and they will keep going around the table until they have completed all the actions for that round. There are 5 round cards that are these over here. If you look here on the top, there are 4 little slots. Those are the actions that we'll be doing this round. I will be playing cards face up, face down, up, up, and then there is an action at the end of this round. Okay, so some of the cards and actions that we can play is I can move side to side. Let's see here. That in camera view? That's in camera view. Right there. Perfect for everybody. So I'll take red, and I can move left or right. 1 card. Okay. If I happen to be on top of the cart, I can move 3 spaces. So if I was here, move over there. Okay. For sake of things, blue is also going to be on top. Next card, gunshot. If you are on the bottom carts, you can shoot a cart to your right or your left, so adjacent. You cannot shoot up and you cannot shoot down unless you are Django. He has a special ability for that. So purple can shoot green, and how the rule works on top, it's line of sight. So red can shoot blue. That was planned. If blue was not on top, he can then shoot green. But since blue is here, line of sight stops at him. Okay. If you choose to shoot someone, you will then take one of your bullet cards, and that will go in their discard. It will make their shuffle and redraw for the next round that much more difficult because this will take place of one of their potential actions. Taking these, demonstration, they're going to the bottom of the cart. Next action, punching. This is a good time to mention that bell up here. There we go. Success. Her special ability is if there is a additional individual within the same card as her, and you have the option to punch or shoot someone, you have to not choose her. So if I am in this cart and I played my punch action, I can shoot green or I can shoot blue. Then which will then drop one of the items that they are holding. I get to point at which one. I don't get to see what's underneath here. I just point. It will then drop into the cart. So I punch green, he drops the money bags. I do not pick it up immediately. Okay. Green will also be pushed into an adjacent cart. Cool. I believe Django, he has the ability, if he shoots you, you will also move an adjacent cart. Okay. We have up and down. Let's move up and down. You are forced to take this action. So if you play your cards in such a way where you forgot where your last turn is and then you're moving down and there's a marshal underneath, you still have to move down to the marshal. The marshal's going to do some bad things and you're going to regret that you didn't pay attention. Or maybe someone moved the marshal and did that to you. Like 3 people moved the marshal and you're like totally not expecting him to be all the way over here. And then you're going to yell at them and hopefully not throw your AMW because it has cards. And that goes to moving the marshal card. Okay. So everyone plays their card, goes around, they play their card again, they play their card again, they play their card again, then we pick up the stack, and then we do all the actions in the order in which they were played. Hence programmatic movement. See here, the objective of the game is to get the most points. Everyone starts with 250. That is the money bag. The money bags do range from 250 to 500. The gems range from, I believe, 500 to 1,000. And then the lockbox, which I'm going to call a briefcase, contains 1,000. Yeah, they both contain 1,000. Okay. In order to figure out how the setup works, you are always going to include the local modem, and then you're going to have randomized carts, number of players. So this is 4 players, so we're going to have 5 locations. On the bottom of the location, there's a little printed thing that tells you what goes in them. Let's see. I don't know if I can angle this properly. There you go. Right there, on this side right here, it says 1 gem and 1 money bag. Yep. They're going to be face down, so no one sees them, and they're going to be randomized. The marshal will start at the front with the case, and everyone is going to start in the front of the carts, well, my front, but the actual back, based upon number of players. So check page 1 of your rulebook. Okay. To do other setup things, you do want to have an extra briefcase set aside. There is a round that potentially could add one to the game. As for setup, you have your player boards. Everyone gets 5 bullets. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bullets. Everyone also has a player card. Determine first player is to shuffle all the player cards and to, I guess, draw one like underneath the table. Or pick the most experienced player. Assemble your bullets in order. Shuffle all your action cards. Everyone starts with 6. Doc's special ability is to start with 7. Okay. So I have 6 here. All my players hidden off camera, they also have 6 set up. They got the 250 starter money. And then we have all the round cards. So on the top, it says the number of players. So these ones right here, they're for 5 to 6 players. These over here, we got 2 to 4. And then we have 3 options for stop cards. So how we're going to do this is we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take 4 out of the 7 round cards for the player type we have. Then we are going to take 1 of the stops, shuffle these. This goes on the bottom. Reveal the first one. Bam. And then make sure you have all the marshal bullets. When Marshall gets you, he will also give you a bullet. See here. I'm going to double check the rulebook to see if I missed any of my favorite things. Yes, one thing, if you have a handful of bullets because you were too aggressive and people backlashed at you, you can choose to skip that one action to redraw 3. Okay, so I'm going to show off one round. So I am going to start off by moving up. Okay. Let me quickly shuffle everyone else. I'm not going to be too strategic on what their actions are. I'm just going to play them. And we'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah, don't get too serious. This is not Arkham Horror. This isn't, Scythe or Gloomhaven. It's a nice, friendly game. Okay, so I remember turn order. Let me place these here. Blue is going to do a pickup action. Green is also going to go up. Purple is going to move. We are now in a tunnel. So now we are going to play our cards hidden. Yes. That is what I wanted to do. I am going to move the marshal. Okay, I'm going to take all the action cards in the deck. I'm going to flip them in such a way that the card that was first played is the card that I first act. They are played in the order of which they were played. So the first thing I did was I went up. Doc is going to take some money. That's not Doc, that. Yep, that's Doc. I keep thinking Doc is white. Green is going up. Purple is moving. She wants a gem. It's worth more. Blue is getting some loot. So this is now, green has now punched. There is no one that she can punch. Strategize more. Green. Strategize more. Okay, so now I'm at the point where the deck is now the hidden roll, so everyone's going to be all, ooh. You were secretly trying to go up. Now. Red has moved the marshal. Okay, I cannot shoot someone within the same crouch, so I can shoot purple. I will take one of my bullets and give that to purple and to her discard pile. Doc can't punch anybody. Green is moving the marshal. Blue and the marshal are now in the same card, so blue is going to get kicked up, and he's going to get a bullet from the marshal into his discard. Purple is not going to punch anyone. We're now going to take all the cards that we have played, sort them. They're color-coded. It's not that difficult. And they're also in order. I'm just going to move these off camera. I'm going to make that my discard pile right there. Okay. For the sake of things, I am going to say that I have been shot 4 times at some point in the game. So I'm going to throw that in my discard just to kind of show you. Okay. Now we are going to complete the end of round action. This one specifically, anyone on top of the cart is going to move to the back. If you look at your rule book, it's a lovely trifold. Actually, let me double check before I tell everybody. There we go. So, first page here is going to kind of tell you how to do setup. At the very back, you have all your actions and all your special abilities. So, you don't want to do all the extra role play. You don't have to, but they're right on the back. Okay, so everyone is going to move all the way over here. Okay. Now I only have 1 card left, so I'm going to draw back up to 6 for the next time. Let's see here. This is what we got next going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to pretend that this was in my discard. So look, I have no more cards. I can't draw a 6th one. I am now going to have to take my deck, shuffle it, do it better than I did, and draw. So as you can see, I now have 1 less possibility because I have been shot. Okay, we're going to keep doing that until we are out of round cards and round of actions. We'll then tally up how many points we got. Let's see, points are worth from the gems, the money bags, and your bullets. If you are the first one to use up all your bullets, you do get $1,000. And occasionally there's a couple other ways to get points, but they happen to be kind of based on special objectives. Usually they have something to do with just getting money, in which they would just go into your inventory here, in which they would have encountered them anyway. So that, for the most part, is Colt Express. First video that I have covered, so I may have missed a couple steps, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what Colt Express is like. It's somewhat educational because it has programmable movement. It plays up to, I believe, 6 players, I think is what I said originally. Yep, 2 to 6 players. It's about 40 minutes, and I feel it's pretty light. The art's pretty cute, fantastic. You can chain this with other Western games to make a nice themed game night. So Great Western Trail would probably be pretty heavy, in which then you might want something kind of a palate cleanser. This would kind of work. I think the next game that I might give a try is I might show off Whistle Stop or Orleans. Who knows? If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. I don't know how to end these videos.